Hello guys, Edwin Valladares here, and we are today here with Monica, the GC of this beautiful, stunning project. This is a house makeover. You don't imagine how beautiful and stunning the results are. But I'm not explaining anything because I have no idea what she did, actually how the process was. And she is gonna explain us step by step how it was. Monica.
Hi guys, Monica Cowell with Puzzle Piece Development here. I'm the GC on this beautiful renovation in Plano, Texas. All right, so let's go inside and take a look.
Let's go.
Come on.
All this money on the floor, 10 racks, throw it up, watch how I do it. Make it drop to a toast, bend it up, pick it up real slow. I do it, baby, do it. Off that work, ice like a jacuzzi. In my back, call me 06 Gucci. What's happening? Trying to make a movie.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the house.
Okay, so this house is a traditional two-story house. It was built in 1997. So before we could even get started in the renovation, we needed to work on the foundation because we were going to do an overhaul, meaning windows, doors, everything was being replaced. So before we even started the demo, we needed to fix the foundation.
Perfect. And I see now that there is a lot of white and black. Is there something that the customer had in mind already?
Yes, in this particular case, the client had a pretty strong idea from a design perspective of where they wanted this project to go. So in the spirit of that design, we came up with this aesthetic. So yes, the walls, everything inside is a little muted out. It gave a really good foundation for any artwork or furniture they wanted to put inside this house. Right. We did scrape all the walls down because in 1997 there was a lot of texture.
So that's what we are looking at here, right?
Yes, it's actually a really long process, but it turns out beautiful. It's called a level 5, a museum finish. Yes, it's very clean, very modern, very smooth. So we took the gut of the entire house after the foundation repair, and then we started scraping or sanding down all the walls. So we were prepping the walls for this smooth finish.
And what about the flooring? On my understanding, like back in time, carpets were really popular on the second floor and everywhere.
Yes.
But now, what we have done in here?
So this house originally had a lot of carpet in all the bedrooms and the entire upstairs and the stairs going upstairs. This client has dogs. It just, for a clean, modern aesthetic and for function, because in my opinion, design always follows function. This house really was screaming for some smooth or hard surface floors.
I bet.
Yes, and because of the dogs, two options, we could go hardwood or luxury vinyl. And luxury vinyl has come a long way. As you can see, this is a beautiful, beautiful product.
Actually is.
They have great warranties on these products. And if anybody has small, and this has a white, have unlimited design options now in LVP. That's how it's called. Luxury vinyl, yes. So we went with a lighter floor, and you'll see why when we start touring the rest of the house.
Yes, I'm excited to see the kitchen actually.
Yes.
And it also looks at this easy to clean.
It's super easy. This floor, the durability on this, that's what I'm saying. If anybody has small children or dogs, this is the product you want to go with, just from a durability standpoint.
So we are on the second floor bathroom, and this is also a very nice change in makeover. I see the difference though.
Yes, so again, a traditional hall bath upstairs here. We just tied in the design aesthetic, again, with the textures and the colors. So all new tile on the floor, all new tile around the shower. And we did a little something different with the vanity. We put a custom walnut top, vanity top, and then we tied that into the light fixture that's also walnut, little different idea there. So again, different textures, same feel of this design aesthetic, and it just lightened and brightened this room up in here. Because again, it's just a traditional hall bathroom, guest bathroom.
So let's talk about this beautiful and stunning or renovated powder room.
Okay, yes. So this originally was a pretty standard or traditional powder bath. It had a pedestal sink. So basically no storage at all. We added a cabinet and we put a cabinet above the toilet as well. We added some different textures in here with the concrete sink and the black quartz. And another thing we did was we took the mirror all the way up, so it gives the illusion of a little bit more space in here. And with the dark cabinets and the dark doors, I just didn't want to get too closed in. So it also helps with that, taking the mirror all the way up, adding some lightness in here. And the result is beautiful.
We are in the primary room and I see stunning details in here. Explain us.
Okay, so yes, some small details in here. We didn't go crazy. Obviously, just getting the walls smoothed out in here helped dramatically. Another thing I want to point out is I did change all the trim in the entire house. So you'll see that we took out the traditional baseboards and door trim, and I put in a more contemporary or modern style with a 1x4. So it has all flat trim in here. But the other thing I did was I took the black up onto the crown molding because this particular client wanted to keep the crown molding in the house.
Okay.
So I made it a little bit more modern by bringing the black up. Yeah.
Yep. Actually, it's something that outstands in the room. So.
But it still keeps a very clean, timeless design. It's not too much. It's just a little pop, and I think it turned out great.
It actually, yeah, it's perfect. So we're in the primary bathroom right now, and Monica, I'm stunned by this beautiful hot tub. How did you come up with the idea?
So this was actually kind of a last minute change in here. It was part of the original design that we came up with. We enlarged the existing shower. We added another shower head by doing a rain head up top, and we pulled the dimensions out a little bit. This original shower was actually on an angle. And what I did is I squared this wall off, okay, which allowed me to enlarge this shower shape a little bit and square everything off, again, bringing it, updating it a little bit more contemporary, modern, current. But I thought the black was really a great way, again, just a little bit of pop in here, nothing too dramatic. I think it's a beautiful little accent in here. But I kept the floors and the shower walls very clean, everything muted out again, but playing with it with the texture of the tile, the shape and the texture of the tile. And I think it turned out really nice.
Perfect, yes.
Yeah.
And actually, I like the way how the black, the white, and the gold, it get all mixed up, and it's just looking stunning. You have done an amazing job in here.
Again, we took the mirror all the way up. It just helps in, again, enlarging the space without actually having to physically enlarge the space. We didn't want to make any structural changes in here.
Right.
So to do that, you just have to find places to maximize your space. And this gives the illusion, again, of more space in here. The light from the windows, the big mirror, we added a lot more storage, we took out a closet that was here originally for the linen closet and tied it into the cabinetry. Inside the bathroom here, we added storage above the toilet again, which is nice. So again, just try to maximize the space. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yes.
And also I see you have the gold as well, keeping it with the shower and all, everything is just amazing.
Yeah. So again, we removed all the texture on the walls and the ceiling. So in 1997, it was very popular to have popcorn on the ceiling. That was one of the first things we did when we did the demo, is we removed all of the popcorn inside the house along with the texture on the walls. So again, it makes a really big difference. And again, with the fireplace, everything is kind of tying in throughout the house. You'll see the subtle nuances. We made the hearth, again, black quartz, like we had in the powder bath and the master bath.
So everything is kind of matched up.
It's very cohesive.
Yeah. Monica, this is my favorite part of the house. The kitchen looks stunning.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it. You know what? Actually, whenever I have my house, I'm gonna have it black for sure.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. Again, it's very classic. It's a little sexy, but I think it's timeless still.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the biggest thing about this kitchen renovation was the original design was very limiting. It did not have a lot of cabinet or storage space. It had a peninsula, if you can imagine this, that came out from here. So a peninsula that tied in to one line of counter space. So again, lack of counter space, lack of cabinet space here. And the peninsula really wasn't adding anything. So we took the peninsula out, wrapped the cabinet and counter around the corner, and created this really cool and sexy, like I said, bar. The homeowner was really wanting this feature, and I think it turned out amazing. We put some lights in the cabinets. We put a double drawer, refrigerator and freezer, does have an ice maker underneath the counter. One thing that we did is we put all of the electrical outlets underneath so they're hidden. We didn't want it to interfere with the backsplash in here. So there's under cabinet lighting and tons of outlets that are all hidden underneath the cabinet. Microwave down, so it's a drawer microwave that's underneath the cabinet. And again, to increase or maximize function and usable space in here, I had a walnut island. It is intentionally narrow, so it doesn't intrude too much on the working and walking space in the kitchen. And it's movable, so we have or unlocked and moved in and out of this kitchen and to use this island wherever they need to. But this has become a really big part of this kitchen, very used a lot in here. And again, it was made out of walnut, you'll see late stairs, and we used it on the floating shelves, we used it on the mantle. So those are the biggest changes. We probably added about 5 times the amount of cabinet space in here for this client, which also included doubling the existing pantry space. Again, it was a traditional small closet, and what we did is we knocked down the existing closet or pantry and then added 2 pantries that were matching the cabinetry. So
this pantry kind of split into the kitchen and also the extension of all these cabinets that become a storage and sitting area.
Yes, so what we did is we tied in the cabinetry into some banquette seating. So again, additional storage space, dual purpose. It's added seating, and it lightens up that part of the house, right? It really created a really open space over here and made a really good use of this corner. Again, we put all new windows in, and it turned out really pretty.
Yeah, and I love the chandelier, or correct me. I keep saying gold, guys, but it's not gold color. It's brass.
It is brass. No, but it's easily to get confused because there's about 50 different variations of the color brass. So yes, it can get a little complicated when you're trying to match all of the hardware and lighting together.
Yeah.
But I think we did a pretty
You know what? I just know red, blue, the basic ones, please. Don't too much on my head.
Yes, but no, it is technically it is brass, but all the lighting again is just cohesive with the design.
I saw the pictures of this house before, and I saw it had a very narrow door in here, and now I see it's open, that it gives the feeling that it's so open and large.
Again, continuing the same thing we've kind of done throughout the house, is without doing too much structural change, we tried to make some small changes within the existing structure that gave the illusion of more space and more openness. So yes, this used to be a closed off space, squared off wall with a small door that separated the kitchen and the dining room. We took that, opened the space, made an archway that matched an already existing archway around the window on the front of the house, as well as an archway from the foyer to the dining room. So it just naturally flowed and tied it all in, and I think it accomplished exactly what we were trying to do. In doing that, we did have to make some changes. We were doing that anyway with the redesign of the kitchen. One of those things was flipping where the refrigerator was. So we moved everything around to make this work, and I think it became a really user-friendly, again, design follows function, functional kitchen for these homeowners.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, something that I like, believe it or not, is not this. I try to figure out like a 30 minutes
Yes.
to see how it works, and it actually, you need to pull this out and just it here. It was just funny. It's just me.
A little toy.
Yeah, it's like very nice toy.
Yeah, and again, it's just to create more counter space,
Yeah.
right? So we put the microwave down to allow for as much of the cabinets on the uppers as we could.
Amazing.